Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will tell you how to make a very beautiful baby blanket that is incredibly easy and enjoyable to make. When I knitted such a blanket, I used a self-colored yarn from export surplus, but you can use any yarn you want in this work, with baby yarns and cotton yarns. I talk about this in detail in the video. It is a really beautiful example. Look, it became a full square baby blanket. I want to show it on the back. Both sides look really beautiful. It has a soft texture. You can work this model with the yarns you want. A different and very nice example. It is so easy and enjoyable to make that even those who are new to knitting can do it very easily, I am sure. As I said, I share all the details with you in the video. I hope it will be a useful content. Before moving on to our detailed recipe, I would like to make a small request from you. I would be really happy if you could subscribe to our channel for free, like the video, and leave your comments. I used a yarn surplus from export. Now I will be explaining the model to you with cotton yarn here. You can do this work with cotton yarn or you can do it with any yarn you like. It doesn't matter its thickness or thinness. Again, look, you can find yarns from export surplus at AXA Knitting Boutique. Again, you can find cotton yarn or many types of baby yarns at AXA Knitting Boutique. I will add the contact information to the description section of the video. You can also create your orders from the yarns by clicking there. My crochet hook number will be 3 mm when working with cotton yarn. You can determine your own crochet hook number according to the thickness of your own yarn, the tightness and looseness of your knitting. First, we start with a chain. After locking our first chain here, we pull our starting chains a little looser than the setting we knitted. Now, since we set the model in the first place here, we will not waste any time counting the chains. We will knit approximately 15, 20 centimeters more than the size we want. Let's pull our starting chains. If there is any excess chain, we can remove it by cutting or removing it. Now look here, since I will describe a small sample model, let it be enough for me to pull this many chains. Now I will also tell you the number of models here. I have set up a total of 42 models here. Now when we set up the model, I will show you in detail. The size of my blanket is 70 by 70 centimeters. That is, I prepared a square blanket and started with a 70-42 model. Now, we have pulled enough chains here, definitely 15, 20 centimeters more than the size we want. Now, I am turning the reverse part of the chain, not the straight part. We will use these dotted lines at the back. Look, we will start our work by using these lines that are alone. Now, I am filling my hook. I am counting from the chain at the beginning. I am leaving 1, 2, 3 chains. I took off a loop by inserting it into the back dotted line of the fourth chain. Since I wrapped, I have 3 stitches. I'm filling them together again. I wrap them again. I prepare a double crochet by knitting them together. I am filling. I come into the same chain again and complete my crochet to 3. I am filling 2, 3. Did I knit the third double crochet in the same chain? Now look, we do not accept the chain as double crochet. We knitted 3 double crochets. Now we pull 1, 2, 3 chains. We pull these 3 chains at the beginning. Then these 3 chains will be reduced to 2. Now I come to the same chain again and directly insert. I took off the stitch. I knit single crochet. See, I prepared my first model like this. I fill directly with the crochet hook after the single crochet and start counting from the next chain. I leave 1, 2, 3 chains, insert into the back cut line of the fourth chain and knit 3 double crochets in this space, 1, 2, and 3. After knitting 3 double crochets, I pull 1, 2, 3 chains and come to the same chain and complete my second model directly with single crochet. Look. If the 3 chains here cause you to tighten, you can leave 4 chains. We left 3 chains here and prepared the model for the 4th chain. You can leave 4 chains and prepare your model for the 5th chain. After the single crochet, I fill directly and count from the next chain. I leave 1, 2, 3 chains and enter the 4th chain and knit 3 double crochets into this chain. 2 and 3 again, 3 chains. The model is really easy, the same. I come to the chain and knit a single crochet directly. Let's do it one more time. I fill with crochet 1 2 3 chains and leave 3 double crochets in the fourth chain, 1 2 3, and now 1 2 3 chains come into the same chain and single crochet. Now look, it comes to a slightly rounded form like this when we say our hand is straight. When we take the stretch allowance, let's fit the model like this. Look, it is straightened immediately. Now we will finish here. After the single crochet, I fill with crochet and look here, 1 2 3. Now I pull a loop into the chain and knit a double crochet. Look, we have finished the row with a double crochet. We started with 3 chains here. We finished with a double crochet while finishing. Now we pull 1 chain and turn our knitting. After 1 chain we have a 3 chain gap facing us. We fill our hook. Now I come into this 3 chain gap into the wide gap and knit 3 double crochets. 1 until and 3. 3. We knitted the double treble crochet. Now I said the number of chains would be reduced to 2. We pull 1 or 2 chains and now when we look here we see 1 or 2 3 treble crochets. We see 3 treble crochets. We enter the body of the first treble crochet from the right gap like this and exit from the left gap holding the treble crochet on the hook. That is to say, by inserting from the front, we take a stitch from this point and knit a single crochet and look. We have created the first model of the new row again, single crochet. Look. The model actually consists of 1 row. By repeating a row in the same way, what is important here is the ending and beginning. We always repeat the same way. Actually, the model is really easy. We fill our hook after the single crochet. The points we will work on from now on are always this wide space between 3 chains and the treble crochet. Look, I am inserting into this wide space of 3 chains and I knit 3 double treble crochets at this point, 1 2 3. 2 chains after 3 treble crochets. It has now decreased to 2. It will continue always 2 from now on. And look, there are 1 2 3 treble crochets here. We knit single crochets by inserting a loop into the body of the first double crochet from the front. We fill after the single crochet. The next pattern has 3 chains. Look, I find the chain space. I come to the space between the double crochet and the chain and I knit 3 double crochets. 1 2 3. Now after the 3 double crochets, I pull 1 2 chains and knit single crochets by inserting a single crochet into the body of the first double crochet from the front. I hope it is explanatory. At this stage, if you think I am knitting too fast, you can slow down the video or conversely speed it up. I fill after the single crochet. I insert into the next point by finding the wide chain space again and knit my 3 double crochets. Then again 2 chains and immediately insert into the body of the first double crochet from the front. Single crochet and now we will finish here. Look, the finish will be with a double crochet again. After the single crochet, I fill directly into the hook. Again the chain space. Look, the first point we started with is 3 chains and the double crochet point. I sink into this wide space. I take off a stitch and complete my row with a double crochet. Definitely see the ending and beginnings are important. We will have finished the row with a double crochet. While starting the new row, we pull 1 chain and turn our knitting upside down and look again. When we check like this, we will work the first model in the wide space between the 2 chain space and the double crochet. I fill it directly after the chain. I knit 3 double crochets into the space that comes immediately. 1 2 3, then 1 2 chains come. Look, there are 3 double crochets. I knit the first double crochet by inserting a tight stitch from the front. I fill it after the single crochet. I find the 2 chain space of the next model. Look, we knit 3 double crochets into the wide space with chains, then 2 chains, always 2 chains. I said it would continue. We only pull 3 chains at the beginning and look here, there are 1 2 3 double crochets. First again we knit a tight stitch by inserting a tight stitch from the front. Again 3 double crochets into the chained point. I immediately fill the first chain with 3 double crochets in the chain space by inserting 2 chains into the first double crochet. 2 chains and again look, double crochet into the first one. Now we have a gap like this here, look, we have a gap of 1 chain. Look, there is 1 chain gap in the double crochet in between. We are filling our hook and look inside this 1 chain gap. You can also insert in this part. If this part is wavy like this, you can insert in the point there. But I do not insert in the wide gap between a chain and double crochet, and do not pull the double crochet for too long. Look, I am knitting a double crochet like this briefly. If it is wavy like this, you can finish this place with a single double crochet. Look, we have finished the row with a double crochet again. When starting the new row, we pull a chain and turn our knitting. I am filling. Again I knit 3 double crochets into the gap that came with the chain. Then again 2 chains and the same process. Look, I knit a single crochet by inserting in the first double crochet from the front. Now let's knit a little like this. Look, let's knit like this. I used about 500 grams of yarn for a 70x70 blanket. Of course, this will vary depending on the content of the yarn you will use. Cotton yarn will also work differently. Yarn weight. You can work with any yarn you want, in whatever size you want, according to your own yarn. You can work with baby yarns or cotton yarns. Now I have knitted my tight stitch. I am filling it. Look, there is a double crochet again and there is a space for 1 chain. I am immediately inserting into this space for 1 chain. I am knitting a double crochet like this, 70-70. Look, the model is really beautiful. It looks very beautiful in single colored yarn. Look, it is colorful. Here I used a batik yarn. I think there was wool in it. Because it is an export surplus, I do not know the exact content. Look, the back side is like this. The model is really very beautiful. It is very easy. I am sure that even those who are new to knitting can do it very easily. Another beautiful aspect of this model is that it grows very quickly. In other words, it is a work that you can finish quickly. Now look, I made a frame with such chains. Here, after completing my row, what did I do while making the frame after knitting the double crochet? I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4 chains and turned my knitting. Now look here, there are 3 banisters right in the first model. I sank into the top of the 3rd banister. I made a loop. I made my slip. 12-34 chains. Immediately there are 3 double crochets. Look, I am sinking into the 3rd one here. Last double crochet, I took off a stitch. Am I slipping? 12-34 chains. If it is too big, you can pull these chains in 3s immediately. Did I sink the double crochet here and slipped 12-34 chains immediately again? I sink the last double crochet and slipped again like this. Let's pull 1, 2, 3 at the corner points. You can sink into the same point and slip one more time while turning these corners, then 1, 2, 3 chains. Immediately I am sinking into the intermediate space because it is short. Look, I pulled 3 chains, sink into the intermediate space and slip again 1, 2, 3 chains like this, sink into the intermediate space and slip. Then let's bring this part in like this, 123 chains. Look, I'm sinking into the chained point in this corner. Did I slip 1, 2, 3 chains even? Let's pull 4 chains immediately. These double crochets became double crochets. I sank into the point too. 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. This, as I said, the number of chains is 3, 4 according to your own hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. Immediately the double crochets became double crochets. Look, I dip into the chain points and pull the chains and slide. That's how I framed it. I didn't do anything different. Look, dip into this intermediate point and 1, 2, 3 chains should be enough. 1, 2, 3 chains. Let's sink into the intermediate space like this. You can pull 1, 2, 3 chains and sink into this first point and finish with a chain like this here. Look, when we do this, the edges chain is finished with a beautiful image by creating nets completely with chains like this. Have I completed the blanket? Look, it looks like this. Of course, since there is a color transition here, it created an even more beautiful image, but it is also very beautiful in one color. You can also finish the frame by making it chained like this. Our recipe was like this. I hope you like it and try it. I wish ease to those who will do it. Don't forget to like our video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye until we see you in the next video.